All right, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. So today we're going to talk about the Black Canvas 4s. Are they going to go up or are they going to go down? To give you guys the quick answer, I personally think that these are going to go up in price. Reason for that is because if we look at the Black Canvas 4, what does it resemble the most? The M&M 4s. That's the closest shoe it looks like. I mean, we could say Black Hat, but it pretty much looks identical to the M&M 4s, and the M&M 4s are about a $50,000 shoe. Mind you, that shoe is also extremely limited, so that's why it costs so much. The Black Canvas 4s are pretty much that shoe, except there's a lot more supply right now, so it pretty much goes for $260. It makes me think, right? If we go and look at shoes that are very similar, M&M 4s, Black Hat 4s, those all go for a bunch. These only go for $260, and so it makes me think that these should have a pretty good rise in price. Do I think that it's going to be very quick? Probably not. I think that we need to see how many pairs actually hit the market before we decide how quick it's going to go up. But I think overall, looking at this shoe, it should be a sound investment. Just a couple of days ago, interestingly enough, I was offered a lot of pairs from a bulk seller. He sold me a lot of bulk in the past, ranging from Mocha 1s, a bunch of other ones that I can't remember off the top of my head, but they were really good investments, and he sold me them early, and so I made a bunch of money on it. And he offered me 500 pairs of these Black Canvas 4s for $260. And the only reason it's $260 is because I'm literally buying 500 pairs. Market is low, but I'm getting offered a lot of pairs. So is there a lot of pairs on the market? And in my personal opinion, I feel like there will be a decent amount on the market, but still, again, I think it would be a sound investment. Where do I see these going up in price? Size 8 to 12 will eventually hit $400. As we were comparing them to the M&M 4s, I did a past investment with the Taupe 4s, as you guys remember. And I don't know if you guys remember, I was buying those pairs for about $300 to $320. And back then, the shoe that I was comparing it to was the Undefeated 4. And again, the Undefeated 4 and the M&M 4 are kind of similar in that they're well in the tens of thousands of dollars because they're so rare. The Taupe 4s look very similar to the Undefeated 4s. And that's what I was comparing them to as a way to see if they would go up or not. That obviously turned out great because I sold all of my Taupe 4s for over 500 in the men's sizes, and grade school all over 300. That investment played out great, and that's really what I'm comparing it for these as well. And it kind of just gives me an intuitive feeling like it's all black. You can't really go wrong. There's always risks with long-term investments. I think the biggest risk you could come across with a long-term investment is that they could restock. It could be a great colorway. It checks out all the boxes. It's wearable, price is right. But again, even if it does, restocks can just cancel out all of that and then prices could go down again. With Jordan 4s, it's not that often that it happens because if we really think about it, retail for this Jordan 4 is $210. After taxes, it's around like $220, $230. If it's selling for $260 and you're buying them at $260, what's the worst that can happen? They go down to $230. I mean, that's pretty much retail. And so that's the way I really like to look at investments now. It's similar to how I looked at the military Black 4s in grade school and a lot of other Jordan 4s in grade school. When they're $200, I always tell you guys to buy in. And that's usually because it's so close to retail that even if they go lower, people are still going to pay retail for a Jordan 4. It doesn't matter, they're still going to pay retail. So it's really like a risk-free type investment if you really think about it. In my case, I think I'm probably going to invest into like a couple hundred pairs and just take the risk because, again, scared money doesn't make money. If a restock happens, that's fine. Supply will go up. Demand will probably still be there. So over time, you know, pairs will get off the market and they'll go up. But I think for this pair, I'm probably going to take the risk, and I think that it would be a pretty good investment. But then again, take my advice at your own risk. Do your own market research. Look into all that yourself. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, again, recap, anywhere from size 8 to 13 I think will be a pretty good investment. I'm buying in at around that 260 mark. I can see these going up to like 400, not in the short term, I think in the long term. One thing I also want to mention is that I post pretty much every investment early on my Instagram at Sneaker Invest. If you guys want early investments or just early advice or tips or tricks or anything like that, I would highly recommend following my Instagram because on my Instagram story, that's where I post a lot of stuff because it's a lot easier and quicker for me. So highly recommend you follow my Instagram. And yeah, that's it for today's video. I'll see you guys for the next one. Peace.